we'll start with what you need to get in order to stitch your dragon. I'm going to tell you the absolute minimum of things that you need to get so that it's as affordable as possible and you can dive right into cross stitch. Then if you decide you like it, you can start thinking about extra accessories, but you really don't need anything much beyond what I'm going to tell you now. So first up, we have the pattern. This is a free pattern from my website, so you can download it completely free. I'll put a link in the video description as well. Most of my patterns and most patterns available you do need to pay a small amount for, but there are also quite a few free patterns available, and I've made this one free to accompany this tutorial. You then need to get your Aida fabric. This is fabric which is sort of divided into little squares, and we'll discuss more how to understand the fabric and how to make sure you've chosen the right one in a future video. But you do need to start on Aida fabric rather than some random piece of fabric you have lying around. We then need the threads. These are DMC threads. The pattern tells you which numbers you need to buy, and again we'll look at that more in a future video. You then need your needle. This is a tapestry needle for cross stitch, but they still call them tapestry needles. You do need to have a tapestry needle and not a normal sewing needle that you sew your buttons on with. That's going to be too sharp and the eye will be too small. So for this you want this tapestry needle that's slightly larger. You might have one lying around in a needle box somewhere or from an old cross stitch kit, in which case that's absolutely fine. Some tapestry kits will have much bigger tapestry needles designed to take yarn, so it needs to be this sort of middle size. If you're buying one, go for about size 24 and that'll be absolutely fine. That is it in terms of what you absolutely need to buy. Then in terms of extra things, the hoop. This is not essential. You can start stitching without the hoop, and you might want to just frame your piece by sticking it on a piece of card or putting it in a frame. But some people prefer to stitch with the fabric in the hoop. I'm one of them. And you can also then frame your piece in the hoop afterwards, which is a really nice way to do it, and I will show you how to do that in this series of tutorials. So if you want to buy the hoop, this is a 6-inch embroidery hoop that you need for this pattern, and you can buy those quite easily. You are going to need some scissors. These are sewing scissors. You probably have some somewhere. If you don't buy them. You can just use a normal pair of kitchen scissors, so long as they're clean. It's absolutely fine to get started that way. You will need a ruler or some sort of measuring device, which I think you will have around somewhere. A pencil, which you're also going to have around. And it can be nice to have bobbins to put your DMC thread onto once you've started stitching with it. Again, this really isn't essential, but if you're buying things online or in a shop and you want to add them in, you can. These are cardboard bobbins. You can also get plastic ones, but they're not essential to be buying straight away. So what you really need is download the pattern, print it off if you can, if you have a printer. If you don't, you can work from the screen, but it is easier if you start with the printed version so that you can mark off where you've gone. You need your Aida fabric, you need your needle, and you need your threads. So here are photos of the things that you need, and another photo of the things with the extra accessories that you might like to get. You can buy all of these in any craft shop, any needlework store, and you can also buy them online because an awful lot of people aren't anywhere near a craft store. I'm not going to recommend particular shops here because everyone's in different countries, but there will be a great place where you can buy them. If you're not sure where to go, then please do ask in my Facebook group, which I will link to in the description, and people can suggest a good online store in your country. So the next video is going to be how to start to understand your pattern. See you there.